Yeah, just imagine me running into the bathroom to read this because we weren't in our boot camp. They weren't like, "Hey, it's read your letter time." It's like, "Take the fucking letter and put it in your box and it's fucking business as usual." So it says, "Hey Spence, what's up? As you know, I'm writing this from the deck plates of the USS Ronald Reagan. I started typing this as we were sitting in the harbor of Sasebo, Japan. I went to Nagasaki, which is where we dropped one of the atomic bombs in 1945. It was a pretty amazing sight. So I just finished watching the opening scene of Gladiator, so I'm all pumped up on manliness. This movie is lathered in so much masculinity, it makes me want to dish out golden man nuggets like a ninja all over everybody's face. By the time you get this, we'll probably be on the way into the Gulf. Up until now, we've been doing what's called a Westpac, which is showing our, quote, big stick, end quote, to the countries of the Pacific Rim. In
Yep.
Japan, we have a mixed audience. Some places literally have people standing outside that hold up their arms in an X signal, which means they don't want us to go in. Fine, I'm happy to drink my beer somewhere else. On the other hand, we have Japanese girls coming up to us asking us to take pictures with us. I think it may have something to do with the fact that I'm a 6.5 feet tall man, which puts me like 2 feet above everyone else walking the streets. I'll probably have been through Malaysia by the time you get this, so I'll just relay that to you through emails. I figure a written letter from a United States warship to the place where Marines are made was a significant enough to warrant a required postage. I was thinking the other day about what it means to have you serving under the same flag as I am. Right now, you're training to be a part of the effort. However, Marines that slept in the same rack you're in right now are probably in the Middle East right now. That means that the fighters we're shooting off our flight deck are providing cover and protection to those very Marines that went through what you're accomplishing right now. I trust that you're getting through everything with ease. I know I just went through Navy boot camp, but I still know what it's like. Not to mention, I'm out here for 6 months straight. I'd take a stint in boot camp again over this crap any day. Foreign ports are cool, but seeing nothing but water for weeks at a time is not something humans get used to, trust me.
Mhm.
I've read some of the letters you've sent home, and it sounds very similar to my experience. Like I said, it's only something that you and I will have the ability to share. Not even Dad has any idea what it's like. I'd be willing to bet that your boot camp is somewhat more enjoyable than ours. We had a lot of in-class instruction along with firefighting and flooding training. I would have rather shot guns and learned how to kick ass. I also read what Uncle Aaron wrote to you, and it seems that there was a lot that we did the same by even way back when. I thought that was interesting. We've crossed the equator and we're having a shellback ceremony. You may remember it from the Carrier show. It's basically an excuse for the senior people to haze the junior people. It's gay, but it's Navy tradition. Hey,
Dude, that
this is a
down.
Oh,
different this
fuck.
is a different time, folks. All right, different time. Clayton doesn't say that kind of stuff
Hey,
anymore. I
Nope.
promise.
but your stories are consistent though.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's telling it.
Right? Yeah. Good memory.
We've also
Well,
been watching a lot of the Olympic Games recently, and it's
oh,
really
yeah.
interesting to have a group of uniformed men sitting in a lounge cheering on our fellow countrymen. It's one sporting event you know everyone is rooting for the same team. After watching us dominate in almost all events, I came to a dramatic realization. America is badass.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Rivadirci.
Hell yeah.
Over the last few weeks, I've become more and more numb to the idea of being stuck out here in the middle of the ocean. I find myself wandering around the ship in an almost zombie like fashion. Waking up, standing watch, and eating are being done robotically at this point. You just got to keep the routine and remember that there's really nothing you can do but be a man and deal with it. Well, I'm going to send this off. I would say you could write letters to me via the family if you want, because the mail will get there a lot sooner than it would get here. Mom has been sending me the letters you send them, so that's working out well enough already. The more I read them, the more I can honestly say you're going through pretty much the same thing I did. Oh, yeah, when you said it's like being in Lost, we're talking about the show Lost. I completely know what you mean. I may have written this to you in another letter, but I would literally be home for several minutes at a time and then would snap back to the reality of boot camp hitting me in the face.
Hmm.
What I did was talk to people and find ones that you'll be moving on with to your next school. Some of the best friends I've ever had been people that I've grown to know due to being in the military. Only you and the people you're in with know what it's like. Not even family has any idea what emotions you're going through. Well, keep doing what you're doing. Remember home, remember family, remember your friends, including your new ones. You'll realize soon enough that's why you're doing all of this. Many things change. Strength and honor. Electronics technician, second class. Clayton Schultz, United States Navy. Pretty epic.
Hoo-yah.
Yeah, pretty. That's some brothers at war shit,
Yeah.
folks. That's some like two brothers fucking like that's like
Not bad.
our grandchildren will read that and shit.
I'm proud of myself.